Hello, I am Lord Ellis. I'm the Flameborn King, and I am the owner of the Wandering Witch. I'm here to do a message for the General Collective from Santa Muerte, or the Most Holy Death. So we are here today to get a message from her. Most High God, and for your divine presence, O highest of the heavenly hosts, I humbly ask your permission to invoke the Most Holy Death, La Santa Muerte. O Queen Empress of the Underworld, I ask that you emerge and that you reveal yourself. I ask that you cover me with the mantle of your love and your protection. I ask that you cut away all karmics, all addictions, all hexes, all malevolent will and intent from me and the collective. I pray that you use your scales of justice to bring balance and tranquility to me and the collective, and that your love may reach those whom it needs. Okay, let's see what we have. We have Three of Swords and Seven of Swords. So somebody could be healing from heartbreak from the past. Somebody's looking at the past. They're looking at maybe a truth, a piece of communication, something old and weathered from the past. And then we have the Seven of Swords. This was meant to do someone in, I think, essentially. But I think that they survived. And because of this, now they're kind of moving silently towards the future. We have hope and reflection. So if someone's looking towards the future with hope and reflection after they had gone through a not so fun time. So if we look right here, I'll show it to you in the upright so you can see what I'm talking about here. This person's sitting on top of this other person, like on top of their head, on top of their mind. Then they have two swords in their back. So this could be their intuition. This could be two of swords is in crossroads. This could be cord cutting, but it's communication. So it could be like talking behind the back. And then we have this sword here. This is this three of swords. This one has rust with on the blade, and it's not being used in an offensive position. So someone's holding on to a piece of truth, a communication, whatever it could be, or someone's holding back and being like, you know what, you put two in me, and I could do something with this, but maybe I'm not choosing to. And then now that energy is choosing to then, look towards the future. And it says hope and reflection that's on there. So now this energy is looking towards the future, but they're moving quiet about it. We have the lovers in the upright. Someone's looking towards a commitment, a loving situation. Could be a twin flame even. What else do we have? We have Four of Swords in the reverse. Somebody does not want to put something to rest. Somebody could not be resting. I think that with this Three of Swords, because I'm seeing three nails inside of the Four of Swords. So to me, in my opinion, I feel as though, again, this person is reflecting on how this situation was supposed to essentially, put them to sleep, essentially put them in a coffin. This could be a coffin spell, right? Because somebody's outside of it, but they're looking at it. Okay. So right here, you see somebody's in it and they're okay. And then in the next scene right here, this is showing me that again, and it's in the reverse. I'm just showing it to in the upright. So somebody might not be able to put something to rest. This person, they're doing hope and reflection. So maybe there's something that they need to lock or seal away. Maybe they can't lock or seal this thing away, right? Somebody can't sleep. Somebody can't meditate. They can't put this thing to rest. And again, this could be a coffin spell, right? Like could have been meant to, especially with the beginning, this was meant to maybe like somebody in that. What else do we have? We have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. This Four of Pentacles always kind of gives me Bridezilla. So we have either an undead lady or a Santa Muerte. And it looks like she is picking up a man right up from off the street. There's a few women that are out there too. And, the buildings that are nearby, one's a bank and one's a gift shop. And we have the four. So La Santa Muerte, she could be possessive over you or over somebody. Four of Pentacles is usually like getting to the bag, saving up all that money. But La Santa Muerte is like kind of just picking up that man right there, right up off the street. Just think. Six of Cups in the reverse. It's interesting because the imagery between the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Cups makes me think that like someone is possessive of somebody. Maybe somebody wants to just grab somebody in public. But with the Six of Cups in the reverse, somebody's already carrying too much, or somebody's already not able to handle their emotions. Um, could be emotions from the past, because Six of Cups is typically an energy of nostalgia. It's like if this energy isn't holding on to the man, they can't hold on to their own, then they can't hold on to like their own cups or their own emotions. You see how this lady, she's like holding on to all these cups here. And in the reverse, it's like they would be holding on to all these things and they'd be spilling it everywhere. And normally Six of Cups has like two people in it, and it's one person giving to another person. We have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, it's like if this person can't have or possess this person, and it could be in relationship because of money with Four of Pentacles. Maybe this person's like, I gotta have this person because this person has money, this person has gifts, because we have the bank, we have the gifts. And if that's not a person, then the Santa Muerte would be trying to basically pick you out of the crowd because, well, you have abundance coming your way. She's picking you because you have gifts. But Ace of Wands, I think this is a few things to me. This looks more or less like somebody cannot hold their own emotions if they're not in contact or in possession of somebody. We have the Queen of Swords in the upright, but someone's still looking towards the future with a good amount of intelligence. They know that the moves that they're making in the future have to be good ones. These have to be like solid chess moves. These aren't checkers. And the biggest burden I see going forward in the future is carrying what it is you say and what you don't say, this Queen of Swords here, because they're holding the sword on their back. So it's like, think of that as like a yoke, right? So we have the flowers, that's abundance, that's good, healthy energy. But this is swords, this is not pentacles. So to me, the burden's more or less going to be on your back in terms of your thoughts, your communication, potentially what boundaries you are choosing to set going forward. So it's like, okay, the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So there's a feminine energy here. They're the ones holding on to those two swords in the beginning. Oh my God, this is amazing. Like the way that these cards just flow together, like it never ceases to amaze me. But look, okay, so we have that person standing on another person's back, right? With two swords in their back, and then the person's just sitting there looking at their sword, and they're just like, I don't understand, right? I just split the deck. And then look at this. This is the Ten of Swords. Do you see those two swords? Those are the same two swords from the Three of Swords. And then we also have, yeah, and then confirmation. We also have the Eight of Swords, and then the masculine, he's holding on to that sword. He's just checking it out. Look at, so right here, see the two swords in the back, and then someone's holding the swords down there. So there's a feminine, and you see how that spades, it's like call a spade, like call it what it is, right? There's a feminine here that's already put two swords inside someone's back, and that's put somebody like in their head in some kind of a way, some kind of mental affliction. We also have death showing up here. So the person with the Ten of Swords, so the person that was holding the two swords, they're having a tower moment, and then the person with the Eight of Swords, that that person, they could be having more communication with La Santa Muerte, with the Eight of Swords. But we also have death here. So somebody could be going through like some big change right now. Like they're looking at maybe something that, their truth, their communication, and then that's the same sword that the queen would have. So maybe they're looking at whatever the Queen of Swords is holding on to or communicating. It's the Three of Swords. We have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So someone's healing from heartbreak of the past with the Nine of Swords in the reverse. This isn't slowing them down. They're not losing sleep over this. They are going to continue to shine like the beautiful star that they are. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And the truth will prevail from what I can see here too. Or so sorry, Seven of Swords. We have the Page of Coins in the reverse. Somebody's choosing to give to the future. Somebody's wearing like a red robe or a crimson robe. I don't know why, but I was thinking kind of like Scarlet Letter. Because the Page of Pentacles isn't somebody that knows how to invest or how to spend their money really well. Now, their back is to the Nine of Swords, their back is to the past, and they're giving that pentacle forward and towards like the future. What is this page doing? With the star, we have the Four of Swords and the star. Somebody might not be able to rest or meditate when it comes to the star. Somebody might not be able to put a coffin spell or be able to shut out someone's light. But I'm seeing that the Page of Coins is giving their time or their investment to the star that's in the reverse. And the star in the reverse, I mean, everybody is looking forward. The man that's outside the coffin is looking forward. Six of Cups is looking forward. Queen is looking forward. Star is looking forward. Page is looking forward. So everybody's looking forward, basically. 21. Six of Swords. Somebody feels that they have to like be in contact with you in order for them to be in a calmer state of mind. Um, Somebody might not be able to recognize like their own light because again, remember we had the star earlier. You might shine so bright that you might be, the only light to somebody, and they're kind of looking at you and they're like, "Damn, I need you to help me like move on." Like, like you got gifts or you got, we can bank on your gifts or you have money. Maybe they want to give you some gifts. Tell me what is the Six of Cups? We had the Fool. So somebody has mixed feelings about the past and about having a new beginning. And then we have the Fool. They're looking at the Six of Swords. So they're like, okay, if it aligns with the planets, if it aligns with the stars, like, sure, then we can move on. But also, the person in the Six of Swords is standing in between like two skulls that are side by side, and those could just be like decorations. Those could be energies, and then the energies sitting in between. And it's like the two swords that were used to be put in someone's back, they're now like standing in front of them, and now they have like four other swords. So it's like they healed from the heartbreak, and they're able to also like sleep and recuperate, like they've moved on in their own energy. What is the Ace of Wands? We have the Knight of Coins. Somebody has a solid offer. Somebody has a solid offer here with this Knight of Coins. Somebody might want to put a solid amount of time, investment, dedication or investment. I don't know if I said that already, towards the future, maybe towards trying to align some things. But they're looking to take their time when it comes to this. And with the Ace of Wands in the reverse, um, and the Knight in the reverse, I don't think that this is a power move. Now, Ace of Wands in the reverse, that's like lack of power, that's lack of libido, could be a misuse of power. But that Knight of Coins, like the fact that they're looking at the Fool, to me makes me think that they're applying their power towards there because the wand isn't pointing any other way. Six Queen, you have the Four of Wands. This person's truth. or this person's style of communication when it comes to the queen and the moves that they're making towards the future. Um, this might, kind of give somebody like mini epiphanies like in their mind, like 1 through 4. Now, with that too, it's like somebody could be getting communication in their sleep or while they meditate, and it could be coming from that Queen of Swords. So even if they're not necessarily in contact, that doesn't mean that there isn't some kind of like interaction in the astral or on like a soul level from what I'm seeing here. What is the Queen looking forward towards? The Three of Wands. Three of Wands is like manifestation. Three of Wands is looking towards the future to have your things come in. This person is looking forward towards smelling the flowers, smelling the future. But the interesting thing though is that the Queen of Wands, she has like three wands, or they look like little arrows that are like through their neck. So like you can only move so much. It's like the only thing that you can do is smell these roses. The only thing you can do is manifest and look towards the future here. You could be having some neck issues right now. Tell me a little bit more about the Six of Swords in the Fool. Seven of Coins. Um, it's like if the energy wants to like come in correct, if the stars align, if this person puts in a lot of good time and they can show like the fruits of the spirit, then this person will be like, okay, we'll look at a new beginning. But otherwise, if this person's not coming in like that, I'm not sure. This Knight of Coins. Yeah, the Seven of Wands in the reverse. So the thing with the Knight is that they want to invest into the Fool. They want to invest into the person whose stars align, essentially. But the Six of Cups, this person could be dealing with like a lot of emotions about either the past, whether it's about, situations, people, places, things, powers, morality, whatever it might be. But this Knight, they don't have the high ground in the situation, especially too because Seven of Wands, those are just regular wands. If we're talking the Fool, he has the black rod in his hands that holds on to like his little knapsack. And that black rod only shows up in the tarot like a few times, and that stands for unlimited potential because you don't know what's coming on the other side of what's next, right? Because it shows up with the Fool, that's a new beginning, and then it shows up in Six of Swords, that is moving on to calmer waters. That's moving on from wherever you're coming from onto the next thing. You don't know what's on the next thing, right? And then I've also seen it, I believe, in the Sun card as well a few times. So that's like inner illumination. It can be external illumination too. It can be things to do with your inner child as well, where it's like as long as you're like illuminated, as long as you are yourself, as long as you are expressing your inner child and you are just choosing to let yourself shine, like your inner child holds unlimited potential. In the words of Darth Sidious, unlimited power. And with that, you guys, that is what I have for you.